Hey guys, welcome back to the AutoHound. Today is a Sunday Drive edition. So on a Sunday Drive, what do? We talk about all sorts of things that are going on in life. I guess my first episode here is going to be pretty straightforward, and it's going to be about you guys and what you want to see. I've gotten a lot of requests to do a Rolls Royce because I don't have access to a Rolls Royce. Once I have access to a Rolls Royce, I will absolutely do one. I've never driven one. I've never been in one. So that's definitely on my little bucket list. As far as other cars, people want me to do a Tesla. People say, you know, do a Challenger and things like that. And those are cars I have some access to. So I'll definitely be getting a Tesla soon, and I'll be getting a Challenger and a Charger and seeing what the kind of special thing is with those cars. The other thing is some people have commented that my videos are a little bit dark as far as the contrast goes, and I really want to work that out. So I've spoken to a friend of mine who does these videos as well, the Point of View Drives, Tedward. Follow him on his channel. He's awesome. He's got 500,000 subs. Let's get him 500,000 more. I want to see him hit 1 million subscribers before the end of this year, because he's just that good. He has access to some great cars and really does care about, you know, what he's doing. Look at this guy. You know, he cares about all of that stuff. So talking Sunday drives, here we are just kind of cruising in my hometown, I guess, and I want to try some new settings on my GoPro to see if they work out. If they do, I'll put this video up pretty soon. It's going to be an uncut video, so there's going to be no editing involved. There's going to be none of the normal stuff that I do with it. I just want to throw it up there, and you know, you'll see full ASMR type video where the mistakes happen and how I talk to myself during these videos. You know, you'll hear me say take 2, take 3. It doesn't take you the first time to do it. I also have a friend of mine who is considering doing his own YouTube channel, and you know, that's one of those things that's nice that, you know, they're like, hey, can you help me out? So I've gone from the person who has, you know, still trying to figure all this out, to someone who people are asking about how to do it. So how to do your own, why did I just wave at that Maverick? We don't have a wave. We just drive past each other. You know, back to what I was saying. How do we do this YouTube thing, and how it's done, and why it's done, and what you need for it? So I'm shooting on a GoPro Hero 9 right now. My sound is from the Media Mod. I decided not to get the, well, correction, I do have the Zoom microphone. However, it's a little bit cumbersome for me, so I'm just using this. The actual, I guess the microphone is right here as you talk on it, so it is literally right by my mouth. So that's why the sound is usually very, very good on these videos. In addition to that, I, you know, will be showing him how to use my editing software. I use CyberLink Pro. CyberLink Pro 365, blah, blah, blah. That's it's some big long-winded thing. It's a good product. It's not a great product by any stretch of the imagination. It gets the job done. You make sure you have to do your cuts and your jump cuts. And I would say the number one thing I would tell anybody trying to get into this is learning how to do jump cuts. Don't go from having no sound like this, all of a sudden having sound, because that doesn't sound right. It's not natural, and it definitely is a little jarring for people to listen to. So when people are, you know, driving in this type of situation and they're doing a review, sometimes you mess up your words, and I mess up all the time. Even some of my mistakes sometimes will still make it in. However, I'm pretty good about eliminating them. So I'm going to ask you as my fans to go out there, tell me what cars you want to see. Again, I get Rolls Royce, I get Tesla, Challengers, Chargers, but some other cars that you want to see me drive, in realistic cars. Look, if you tell me to go drive a Pagani or a Bugatti, I'm going to laugh at you. I don't have access to those cars. I have 2 friends that own them, and, you know, I'm not going to go and ask my friends to drive their cars. That's just not something I do. I don't feel comfortable doing that. If they throw me the keys, hey, I'm great with that. But I'm not going to say, hey, I need content for my channel, give me your car. Because that's rude. And don't do that to your friends. So if you're just starting out and your friend's like, hey, you know, I want to support you, here's the keys to my car, that's great. If your friends are supportive of you and they don't throw you the keys to their car, that's also great. It's their car, it's their toy, it's their daily, you know, commuter or whatnot. So don't be offended if they don't. And I guess the last thing I'm going to talk about is the dealership process. You know, there's an old saying, at least for somebody at my age, you throw enough darts out there, eventually you're going to hit a bullseye. Well, I've been very lucky. I've thrown a lot of darts out there. Go to every single dealership and ask to speak to their media relations person. 9 times out of 10, they're going to yes you to death and walk you out the building. In some cases, they say yes, and they're going to trust you just to do filming the car. And then they're going to trust you to drive the car. And then they're going to trust you to, you know, take care of the car and go on test drives by yourself. And that is a relationship building experience. That is not something you should expect to happen right away unless you happen to have all of these cars like in the Hamilton collection. This guy over in Illinois, I believe, he has his own collection of hypercars. He can do anything he wants with his cars, and as much as that's entertaining, it's not realistic for somebody like you or me to just go and say, oh yeah, we're going to do that. The other thing that you need to make sure of is rejection is okay. Don't take it personally. I guess it's just like when you're dating, right? You're not going to go from step A to marriage, you know, overnight. You need to understand that there is a cost and effect to what you're doing. And you know what? Be nice. Send donuts. Even if you don't have a lot of money, a dozen donuts goes a long way. Buy pizza. Also, another way, you don't have a lot of money, buy pizza for the team. They will appreciate it. It's all sales. It's customer service. It's the things that you don't want to do in your daily life that you do for yourself, because you know eventually you're going to make it in this crazy little world that we call YouTube. I guess the last thing I'll tell you, and the most important thing that I'll tell you, is that you need to develop your own style. Your style might not mix with my style. My style might not mix with your style, but you do need to create your own style and your own way of doing things. So the list of my, you know, stuff that I use, and again, I'm doing this completely off the cuff today. The list of things that I use are listed in the link below down there, and you'll definitely see them. There's no problem with that. And the number one thing that I could tell you is work on your editing skills, work on your customer service skills, work on your relationship building skills, and all of those things will be nice. Nobody owes you anything. You owe yourself to go out and work hard and push as hard as you can. If anybody has questions on starting their own YouTube channel, call me. Well, not literally call me, but reach out to me. Send me a message on my DMs, AutoHound411 at gmail.com. Yeah, AutoHound411 at gmail.com. I answer every single question. If you have a question, just send me a comment, and I will always comment back. There's nobody that I have not commented back to yet. What's important is what you put out there. Also, what's important is making sure that you notify everybody of what you're talking about in the description. Write a full description, and I use ChatGPT. I cheat, and that's fine. You're allowed to use ChatGPT. Make sure you put all of your sponsors in every single description. If you get a sponsor, put them in and leave them there. You always make money off of those things. The other thing is trolls. You're going to get trolls and people saying really negative stuff about what you have to say because they don't agree with you or they know better than you. If you made a mistake, hey, own up to it. Everybody makes mistakes. But if someone's just being mean just to be mean, that's their problem. And you could just ignore them. Don't comment back. As much as you want to comment back and call them an a-hole, which, by the way, I don't swear on my channel, and I recommend you don't swear either. Because remember, some dad may be watching this with their kid, and if their kid is too young, they don't want their kid hearing, all sorts of bad words. If you want to watch, other YouTube channels and they swear, they bleep it out just because they don't get monetized, that's fine. But I really avoid, swearing on my channel, and you won't hear that. Cursing is not appropriate. Besides building relationships, be approachable. If somebody says, hey, can you show me how to do this on YouTube? Show them. There's nothing wrong with it. No one's going to be upset with you for asking the question. So I had said right here that I wasn't going to edit, but I had to because my battery was dying just at the same time that I was taking this video. This was an impromptu video, and it will be a regular series called the Sunday Drive. And I really think the Sunday Drive is kind of that important thing to do. So if you like this type of content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, it's about the drive.